Did you know that the state of your home could be directly affecting how you feel every day? What if I told you that clutter isn't just physical, it's emotional too, and that letting go of it could transform your life? My name is Gabriel, and today I invite you to explore how the wisdom of Stoicism and the principles of minimalism can help you turn your home into a space of peace, clarity, and purpose. I'll share 7 practical habits that will not only change the way your home looks, but also the way you live and connect with your surroundings. If you're looking for a way to live lighter, more in tune with yourself, and focused on what truly matters, this video is for you. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss more content like this. Let's get started. Number 1. Let go of objects that no longer tell your story. It's easy to accumulate things over time. Every object seems to hold a memory, a moment, a meaning that once made sense. But at some point, those objects stop telling your story and start taking up space that no longer belongs to them. The home that should be your sanctuary begins to feel more like a museum of a past you no longer belong to. Stoic philosophy teaches us to let go of what is beyond our control, but it also encourages us to release what no longer serves us. Seneca said that true luxury isn't in what we own, but in what we can enjoy with simplicity. Letting go of the unnecessary doesn't mean giving up your memories. It means keeping only what truly reflects who you are now. Think about that closet full of clothes you never wear, that piece of furniture you no longer need, those things you keep just in case. Every unused object becomes a weight, not just physically, but emotionally. It's constantly telling you that something is unfinished, that there's something left to do, even if you don't consciously notice it. Letting go of what no longer tells your story is an act of liberation. It's about making space, not just in your home, but in your mind. Imagine walking into your home and seeing only what you need and love. No distractions, no unnecessary burdens. That empty space isn't a void of lack, it's a void of possibility, a reminder that you have room for what truly matters. You don't need to fill it with more things. Sometimes space itself is enough to bring you peace. Start small. Pick a corner, a drawer, a closet. Take each object and ask yourself, does this reflect the life I want to live today? If the answer is no, thank it and let it go. It's a small step, but each object you release brings you closer to a home that breathes peace and clarity. Because in the end, your home isn't just a place where you store things. It's where you write your story, and that story deserves to be surrounded by what truly matters. So let me ask you, what objects are taking up space in your life without adding real value? What could you let go of today to start creating a home that reflects who you are now? Number 2, turn tidying into an act of self-love. I remember a specific time in my life when the clutter in my home seemed to reflect the chaos I was carrying inside. My place wasn't completely neglected, but I had accumulated piles of things I didn't use, and I kept putting off tasks, telling myself I'd get to them later. It was as if everything was on pause, waiting for a better moment. But that moment never came. Every time I looked around, I felt an unease I couldn't quite explain, like something was out of place, not just in my home, but within me. One day, after reading Marcus Aurelius, I found myself reflecting on one of his insights. Order and harmony in your surroundings are reflections of your state of mind. I realized that if I wanted to feel better, I needed to start with the space I lived in. But this time, I didn't want to see tidying up as just another chore or routine task. I wanted to turn it into something deeper, an act of self-care. I started with something simple, organizing my desk. I removed everything I didn't use, wiped down the surface, and kept only what was essential. As I did this, I realized that this small act wasn't just about having a neater space. It was about giving myself a sense of control, reminding myself that while I couldn't manage everything in life, I could manage how my environment felt. Slowly, I carried this mindset into the rest of my home. Cleaning and organizing were no longer mechanical tasks. They became moments to reconnect with myself, to think about what I truly wanted to keep close and what I was ready to let go of. Something as simple as tidying the kitchen or making my bed turned into a ritual, one that made me feel cared for, present, as if I was sending myself a silent message. You matter. This is your space, and it deserves to be treated with attention and respect. What I learned is that order isn't just physical, it's emotional. When you choose to turn tidying up into an act of self-care, the impact goes far beyond what you can see. Every small effort to bring harmony to your home becomes a reminder of your own worth, that you deserve to live in a space that brings you peace and clarity. So if you ever feel overwhelmed by the mess in your home, take a moment and shift your perspective. Don't see it as a burden or an obligation. See it as an opportunity to take care of yourself, to remind yourself that you, too, deserve attention. Because in the end, tidying up isn't just for your home, it's for you. What corner of your home could you transform today as an act of self-care? What could you do to make your space feel more like home, to yourself? Number 3, clear the emotional clutter hiding in your space. Imagine for a moment that your home is a mirror of your inner life. Every corner, every misplaced object, every pile of clutter reflects something you carry inside, unresolved emotions, worries, or even the feeling that something is out of control. More often than not, physical clutter is just an external manifestation of emotional clutter we haven't addressed. The Stoics taught us that everything in life has a purpose and should be observed with intention. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Ask yourself if what you are doing today is bringing you closer to where you want to be tomorrow." The same applies to the things you keep in your home. Every object you choose to hold onto should align with the life you want to build, not with emotions or memories that keep you stuck in the past. Think about it. How many things do you keep simply because they're tied to sadness, guilt, or nostalgia? Maybe it's a piece of furniture you never use but can't let go of because it was a gift from someone who's no longer in your life, or a piece of clothing that reminds you of a phase that no longer defines you. These objects don't just take up physical space. They also weigh down your emotional space, filling your environment with energy that holds you back. To clear that emotional clutter, try this simple exercise. Pick up any object in your home and ask yourself, how do I feel when I see this? If the answer isn't joy, usefulness, or purpose, then maybe it's time to let it go. By doing so, you're not just making room in your home, you're making space in your mind and heart as well. Now picture a living space where everything serves a purpose, where only what you truly need or love remains. That clean, open space doesn't just look more inviting, it also lifts an emotional weight you may not have realized you were carrying. It's as if, by clearing your surroundings, you're also clearing a part of yourself. Letting go of emotional clutter isn't easy, but it's deeply freeing. As Epictetus said, "Do not carry what you cannot control, and learn to let go of what no longer serves you." Applying this principle to your home will help you reconnect with the present, appreciate what you have now, and release what has already fulfilled its purpose. So let me ask you, what corner of your home is filled with things that no longer reflect who you are? What emotions have you trapped in objects you no longer need? Remember, every time you free up physical and emotional space, you're making room for something new, something that truly belongs in your life today. Because in the end, your home shouldn't just be a shelter. It should be a space that inspires the best version of you. If you're enjoying this video so far, and discovering new ways to apply Stoic wisdom and minimalism to create a home filled with peace and clarity, I invite you to subscribe and hit the like button. That helps me continue creating valuable content for those seeking to live with more serenity and purpose. Also, let me know, where are you watching from? I'd love to hear from you and learn how you're applying these ideas in your daily life. Stay until the end, because the final lesson will show you how your home can become the most powerful reflection of your life's purpose. Let's keep going. Number 4, simplify your space to live with more freedom. Clutter isn't just physical, it's often a reflection of everything we accumulate emotionally. Without realizing it, we fill our homes with objects we don't use, don't need, and that, instead of adding value, end up stealing our space, time, and energy. Both Stoic philosophy and minimalism share a fundamental idea: less is more. When we simplify our surroundings, we also clear our minds and move toward a lighter, more fulfilling life. The Stoics taught us to focus on what's essential, to eliminate anything that distracts us from living with purpose. Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few needs." Zen philosophy echoes this with a beautiful simplicity. Where there is less, there is more space for what truly matters. This isn't about depriving yourself, it's about keeping only what truly adds value to your life. Let me share a story from a listener of this channel. We'll call her Teresa. She was 67 years old and had always been an organized person, but over the years, her home had become filled with things. She had kept furniture from her parents, clothes she no longer wore, and mementos from past stages of her life. Whenever she tried to tidy up, she felt overwhelmed, unsure of where to start. She told me that while she wanted to simplify her home, just facing the clutter felt exhausting. One day, she decided to start small, with a single table in her living room. Following a piece of minimalist advice, she asked herself about each item. Does this object truly serve a purpose in my life today? If the answer was no, she thanked it for being part of her story and let it go. Slowly, Teresa expanded this habit to other areas of her home, and she noticed something unexpected. With every item she released, she felt a sense of relief, as if she had been carrying a weight she hadn't even realized was there. What surprised her the most wasn't just the physical change in her home, but the impact on her mind. She told me, "By simplifying my space, I felt like I was simplifying my life. Now my home feels lighter, more peaceful, and so do I." This idea of simplifying your surroundings is profoundly transformative. You can start small, a drawer, a shelf, a corner of a room. Ask yourself, does this item add value to my life? Does it bring me closer to the life I want to live? By doing this, you're not just tidying your home, you're clarifying your priorities. Think of your home as a canvas. What kind of picture do you want to paint on it? Because in the end, everything you choose to keep should reflect who you are and how you want to live. As Lao Tzu once said, "Perfection is achieved not when there is nothing more to add, but when there is nothing left to take away." Simplify your space, and you'll discover that in that lightness, there is incredible freedom. Number 5, create a sanctuary for moments of reflection. Every home should have a space that invites you to pause, breathe, and reconnect with yourself. It doesn't have to be big or perfect, just a small corner that reminds you that even in the midst of daily life, you deserve a moment of peace. This space, more than just physical, is a refuge for your mind and spirit. The Stoics saw daily reflection as a key tool for maintaining their serenity. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations as a way to clear his mind and face each day with clarity. In Zen philosophy, there is a concept called emma, which celebrates empty spaces as essential to harmony. By creating your own sanctuary, you are giving yourself the gift of a space where the noise of the world fades, leaving only you, your thoughts, your stillness. You don't need anything elaborate. It could be a comfortable chair by a window, a simple cushion on the floor, or a small corner with a plant and a notebook. What matters is that this space invites you to slow down, and most importantly, that it's free from distractions. No screens, no pending tasks in sight, just elements that help you refocus your mind and energy. In this space, you can practice silence, write, pray, meditate, or simply breathe. It's a place to check in with yourself, ask how you're doing, what you need, and express gratitude for what you have. Because in the quiet of these moments, you find clarity, purpose, and the strength to face whatever comes your way. Imagine how your days would feel if every morning you started with a few minutes in this space, letting the outside chaos wait while you begin with intention. Or perhaps at night, before bed, you take a moment to reflect on the day and release any tension you've been carrying. Your home isn't complete without a space like this, a place that reflects your need for peace and reminds you that caring for your mind and spirit is just as important as any other part of your life. So, where could that space be in your home? What small details could you add to make it a place that inspires you and gives you the serenity you deserve? Because in the end, it's not just about the space itself. It's about what it represents, a commitment to yourself, to your well-being, and to the tranquility you seek in each day. Number 6, establish daily rituals to maintain balance. Keeping a clean and organized home isn't about exhausting yourself with occasional deep cleanse. It's about small daily actions that create a steady flow of care and attention. These rituals, over time, don't just keep your home in harmony, they also help you feel more balanced and in control of your life. The Stoics were strong advocates of consistency. Epictetus said, "We cannot control everything, but we can control how we respond to what is within our power." Applying this idea to your home means focusing on what you can do each day without worrying about perfection. It's about finding satisfaction in small wins that, when accumulated, create a big impact. Let's take a simple yet powerful ritual, making your bed in the morning. This seemingly trivial habit has a profound psychological effect. Starting your day by organizing something gives you a small victory that sets a positive tone for the hours ahead. Now imagine walking into your bedroom at night to find a neatly made bed, a space that invites you to rest. That small act is more than just tidiness, it's a statement of self-care. Another transformative ritual is spending 5 minutes each night clearing key surfaces in your home, your dining table, desk, or kitchen counter. No matter how messy the day was, this simple habit symbolizes closing the cycle and restoring order. When you wake up the next morning, that clean space won't just bring you calm, it will help you start your day with clarity. A third example is setting a fixed time for small but recurring tasks. For instance, after meals, make washing the dishes an immediate routine. Don't leave them for later because they'll pile up and turn into a burden. Instead, by taking care of them right away, you maintain the flow and ensure that this task doesn't take up unnecessary mental or physical space. Now imagine how these small daily habits could transform your entire environment. If every time you walk into your home, you find a space that doesn't need a major cleanup because order is a continuous process, not an occasional event. This reduces stress and gives you a constant sense of control and serenity, something especially valuable when you're striving to maintain independence and inner peace. The key to these rituals is intention. It's not about doing things out of obligation, but about turning each task into something meaningful. When you clean your kitchen, think about how you're caring for the space where you nourish yourself. When you tidy up your living room, remember that you're creating a welcoming environment for yourself and anyone who visits. Every small action becomes a way of affirming that you deserve to live in a space that inspires and supports you. So, I invite you to reflect. What small change can you incorporate into your routine today? What area of your home could benefit from a daily ritual that restores calm and balance? Because in the end, these small habits don't just transform your space, they transform how you approach each day. And when your home is in balance, so are you. Number 7, make your home a reflection of your life's purpose. Your home isn't just where you sleep or go about your daily routines. It's a silent expression of what you value and how you choose to live. Every object you keep, every space you organize or neglect, speaks to your priorities, your emotions, and the purpose you've set for this stage of your life. When you look around your home, you're seeing a reflection of yourself, not just what you own, but who you are. The Stoics understood the importance of aligning the external with the internal. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that the quality of our lives is directly linked to the quality of what we allow into our minds. If we apply this wisdom to our homes, the message is clear. When your surroundings are in harmony, that harmony extends to your mind and spirit as well. Imagine walking into a home where everything has a purpose, where each space reflects clarity, order, and peace. A place that isn't cluttered with unnecessary things, but is instead filled with meaning. That kind of environment doesn't just make you feel lighter, it deepens your connection with yourself. But this doesn't happen by chance. It requires intention. It requires asking yourself, what adds value to my life right now? Not what was important years ago, not what might be useful someday, but what truly helps you build a fulfilling and authentic life today. Creating a home that reflects your purpose doesn't mean striving for perfection. It's not about having an immaculate house. It's about having a living space, one that tells the story of someone who is present, who cares for themselves and their surroundings with love and respect. It's an act of self-compassion because by caring for your space, you're also caring for yourself. Your home can be your greatest ally, a space that gives you the energy you need to take on each day, or it can become a weight that drains you and disconnects you from what truly matters. The choice is yours. Both minimalism and Stoicism teach us that the key isn't in adding more, but in removing the excess, in creating space for what is essential. You don't have to transform everything overnight. Start small. Choose one corner, one object, one room. Give it your attention and ask yourself if it reflects the life you want to live. Because in the end, when your home is in tune with your purpose, it serves as a daily reminder that this stage of your life is full of opportunities to grow, learn, and live in peace. The real question isn't how you organize your home, but how your home is organizing your life. Is your space reflecting the purpose you want to live by? Make your home a sanctuary, a space that inspires you to be the best version of yourself every day. Before you go, share this video with someone who might need it. Sometimes, a few words can spark a big change for someone we care about. Here are more videos that I'm sure will inspire you to continue transforming both your space and your life. Take care and see you soon. My name is Gabriel, and if this is your first time on the channel, I invite you to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming topics we'll be exploring. If you've made it this far, it means you truly care about both your space and your well-being, and that deserves recognition. To see who's here until the end, comment the phrase, "My home is sacred," and let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to hear from you and connect with those who are building a more meaningful home alongside me. Your home is so much more than just a physical space. It's a reflection of how you choose to live and what you value at this stage of your life. Every space you organize, every item you choose to keep or let go of, is a step toward a more mindful, lighter, and purpose-driven life. The true beauty of this process isn't about achieving perfection. It's about creating an environment that inspires and supports you on your journey.